Sudoku friends, welcome to another expert Sudoku puzzle by País. You know, I like these. This puzzle is quite busy already, and that usually means that it starts out being easy or somewhat easy, and then it gets progressively more difficult. We're going to see how this one turns out. As always, you can find the link to this puzzle in the description for the video if you want to have a go at it yourselves. So how do we start a puzzle like this, or any puzzle? I just move back a little bit and I look at this puzzle from the top. I don't look for any particular numbers like ones first, twos, threes, and then ending up with a 9. I just try to see if I can spot anything immediately, because at the beginning you usually have at least one digit that is easy and that you need to find. That goes for, I would say, virtually all puzzles up to a certain degree of difficulty. So let's see if we can find something here. And we do have a very easy single. It's a 6 and it goes in the right suit. Look at these 6s here. They block all of these squares. So 6 must go here. And we found our first number. I'm immediately attracted to the 2s. This 2 blocks across, this 2 blocks up here. So I know one of these is going to be a 2. And now I look down and see if I can spot anything. And I can't really. A 2 must go either here or here. But I don't stop here. Now I see this 2 blocking here. So now I know that a 2 for row 8 can't go here, here, or here. And it also can't go here. So one of these is going to be a 2. And that leads me to my next conclusion. And that is that if one of these is a 2 blocking across, we got a 2 blocking down, and we got another 2 blocking down, then it follows that a 2 must go here. And now I clearly remember that I found out that one of these had to be a 2 because we just discussed that. Now this 2 blocks this square, and therefore the 2 must go here. And this is basically how I solve any puzzle. Now I just can't help noticing these 2 7s blocking these squares and this 7 blocking this square. So a 7 must go here. I'm noticing now the 1 and the 2 here and the 1 and the 2 here. They make sure that a 1 and a 2 must go in 2 of these squares here. I can't tell which ones yet, but that's how it's going to be. Now I'm looking at this 3, it's blocking down, so 3 goes here or here, blocking up, and we have this 3 blocking over. So a 3 is going to go in one of these 2 squares once the puzzle is finished. And here's a little trick that I always use, and it very rarely fails to help. I'm looking at the 2, 7, 6 here, and I know that a 2, 7, and 6 must go in these squares here, because a 2, 7, 6 obviously can't go here and here. We already have the 2. So now I'm looking for the 7 and the 6. Where can I place them here in these 3 squares? So the first thing I see is that we have a 7 and a 6 already blocking here. So I know that a 7 and 6 have got to go in these 2 squares. And I can place them easily because this 6 forces the 7 to go here and the 6 here. And now, naturally, I'm looking for more 7s. This 7 blocks down, this blocks up. So I know that a 7 must go here. And almost intoxicated by my success, I continue to look at these 3 squares. And while I'm looking at them, I see this 1 blocking up here. So it's clear that the 1 goes here. And it's equally clear that these 2 squares must be a 9 and a 4. Since the 9 blocks here, we can enter a 4 here and we can put a 9 here. And we can figure out what these 2 numbers must be. And they must, of course, be a 3 and an 8. And that means that these 2 squares here can't be a 3 and an 8. They must be a 1 and a 4. Since we have this 1 blocking across, that gives us a 4 here and a 1 here. And we really need now to look and see if we have any ramifications from finding this 1, and we do. The 1 blocks across here, this 1 blocks across here, and this 1 blocks here. So here's a 1. Now we can start looking at these squares and see if something turns up. Up here, we need to find a 5, 8, and a 6. That doesn't seem to be possible yet. What do we need here? We need 9, 3, and a 4. And I am not sure I can find that. 9, 3, and a 4? No. So we'll look elsewhere. I'm seeing this 5. So I know that a 5 goes in one of these two squares. And now I'm trying to figure out if I can find more numbers for this row. Apart from the 5, we need to find a 2, 4, and an 8. We got a 2 blocking here and a 2 blocking here, so it's clear that one of these is a 2. We got a 4 blocking here and a 4 blocking here, so 4 goes here or here. It's not really that obvious, but at least I did part of the analysis, and when I get back to this, it should be much easier. I think we can find a 1 in the middle horizontal shoot. Look at the one blocking down here and the one blocking over here. It's clear that one of these must be a 1. This ghost 1 blocks across. This one blocks down. This one blocks over. So here's where the 1 goes. And now I usually make it a habit of looking at these 3 empty squares and see if finding this 1 gives me anything. I still need to find an 8, 4, and a 9 for the row. 8, 4, and 9. No, not really. 8 here or here, 4 here or here, and 9 here or here. But this is how it goes. Step by step, we get a little closer to the solution. Finding this 1 gives me a 2 now, doesn't it? Because this 2 blocks across here and this 2 blocks up. So here's a 2. The last 2 2's must go here or here and here or here. The 5's are getting more interesting now because we closed a hole here and this 5 blocks across. So we know that one of these is a 5 blocking down. Therefore, a 5 goes either here or here. Here we need to find a 3, 4, 5, and an 8. We got an 8 and a 4 blocking across. So these must be a 3 and a 5. And if one of these is a 3 blocking this square and this 3 blocks this square, then it follows that a 3 must go here. And if one of these is a 5 blocking across and this 5 blocks across, it follows that one of these must be a 5. The two other numbers in the row must be a 4 and an 8. The 4, of course, blocks both of these squares. Therefore, a 4 goes here. We now have this 4 blocking down and this 4 blocking over. So a 4 goes here. This 4 blocks up. This 4 blocks up. So a 4 goes here. We now have these two 4's blocking across like so, and this 4 blocking up like so. Here's a 4. And we do remember that one of these had to be a 2, right? So without further analysis, we'll just plug in a 2 here. And we remember that one of these had to be a 2. So without further analysis, we will plug in a 2 here. We need a 5 and an 8 for these two squares. And down here, we need a 5, 8, and a 3. 5 blocks down here. This is a 3 or an 8. And we need a 3, 8, 1, and a 5 to complete the row. The 1 blocks here, and this 1 blocks here and here. So here's a 1, and this 1 blocks up. This 1 blocks down. So we have a 1 here. We remember that these had to be a 3 and a 5, don't we? And if we don't remember, if we glance at this 3 and this 5 blocking this square, it should become clear. And that means that this must be an 8. So a 3 and a 5 here, and therefore a 9 and a 6 here. The 6 blocks here, making this a 9, and this a 6. We can figure out what this is going to be. It's a 4, still a 3 and an 8 here. We are not losing sight of those. And a 5 and a 3 here, 5 and a 3 here. Not sure I can place them just yet, but I know that I can place something here, and that something is going to be a 9. And these, of course, a 5 and an 8. Also 5 and 8 here. Still a 3, 5, and an 8 here. So now we just continue to look for anything obvious. And it is quite obvious that these two 4's here block these squares and this 4 blocks here. So 4 must go here. 3, 5, 6, 8 across here. 3, 5, 6, 8. So a 6 must go here or here, but I think we knew that. 3, 5, so this is a 6 or an 8. Not quite possible to solve yet. We can use the 1, 2, 4, 5 trick one more time. 1, 2, 4, 5 can't go here. They must go here or here. We already have the 2 and the 4. So let's and the 1. So let's see what we can do with the 5. It clearly can't go here or here. And this 5 also prevents it from going here. So we know that this must be a 5. And that leaves this square for the 8, doesn't it? Now, 8, 9, and a 7 for these squares. Can we do anything with that? No, still not. 3, 5, 6, 7. 3, 5 must go here, here, or here. 6, 7 here. 6, 7 also blocks across here, and 7 blocks across here. So 7 here or here. Should be possible to do something here. I'm just not seeing it. But we found this 8. And I think that is key because now this can't be an 8 and this 8 also blocks here. So this must be an 8. And this 8 blocks these squares. Therefore, this must be an 8. And these were 8, 5, and a 6, right? Yes. 5 and 8 now force a 6 to go here. These 6s block like so. This 6 blocks like so. Here's a 6. Now we have 2 6s blocking here, and we have these 6s blocking here. So here's a 6. And I think we have now broken this puzzle. These can't be 8 and 9 because the 8 and 9 block up. 8 and 9 go here, and the 8 blocks over, giving me a 9 here, and an 8 here, and therefore a 7 here. These 7s here block like so. So here's a 7. Here we need to find a 5 and a 3. We also need a 5 and a 3 here, and here, and here, and here. And we need a 3 here or here. An 8 and a 9 for these 2 squares. And now we are cooking, I think, because the 8s seem to be the key to this puzzle. The 9 now forces an 8 to go here, and the 9 goes here. And this, therefore, must be a 3, and this must be an 8. Now the 3 blocks over, so we finally get our 3 and a 5 solution like so. We also have a 3 here and a 5 here. So the rest should be easy to figure out. Here a 3, and here a 5 and a 9. The 9 blocks over, 5 here, 9 here, 5 here, and 8 here. Yeah, it was quite an interesting puzzle. Once again, I have to repeat that I really like those puzzles and the computer program that generates those for El País. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.